some of you folks that have been around for a while, when we first started out, I actually put a pledge up, and I think over 100 and some people liked it, 34 people commented on it. It was received pretty well, and it was a simple pledge that we make and that our writers, anybody associated with us makes, and it's a nonpartisan pledge because whatever our views are, we are here to represent everybody. And the pledge went like this: as a citizen journalist who values freedom for all, I pledge myself to act as a watchdog, an advocate, and a resource for freedom, as defined by the original spirit and intent of the Bill of Rights, and for the general safety and well-being of my community and its members, as well as the interests and concerns of all the people, all the time, by my active and ongoing participation in a local people-powered community press, with full disclosure of my own perspective and fairness toward all others, to the best of my ability and knowledge. You know, one of the things that we did differently is we actually introduced this idea of full disclosure, that we don't care if a writer is liberal or conservative or libertarian or whatever their views are. We just want them to disclose who they are so the reader knows. It's called fairness, and it's a big value in what we do. But the core mission is broken down to this W.A.R. It says war, and it's not war in a bad way. It's a good kind of war, information war, if you will. But we're a watchdog. We look out for the interests of the people, but we also aren't picking fights. A lot of the watchdog stuff we do never makes the paper, because we dig into something, we find a solution, and it never has to be reported on because it's already solved. People ask us things all the time. You'd be surprised if you look at our page. Susan is an admin, so she sees the number of things people ask us that we solve for them without anybody ever knowing anything about it. We're an advocate, but not just an advocate for our own views, which we are an advocate for our own views, and we have a right to be. But we're also an advocate for everybody's views. So we give people space. In the last, few issues, I think about 2 months ago, we had John Ruth and we had Matt Baker, two guys going against each other. Both of them sent editorials to our paper that were just sent to our paper from each of them, because they knew that we would let them run exactly what they sent us, without putting any spin on it, without putting our own agenda on it one way or another. But everybody gets an opportunity to use our space that we're providing for advocacy for themselves. And we're a resource. There was a crash, the road's closed. That's a resource. The school's closed next week. That's resource type stuff. So what we try to do is have a balance of those three things. We value participation. Some media believe that unless one of our, quote, professional reporters is there, or an official tells us, we don't believe it. And yet time and time and time again, our readers are right and everybody else is wrong. Because readers, average people, are actually not stupid. Average people actually do have integrity for the most part, actually do care about their community. They're not going to tell us it was a red car when it was a black car, or there were 3 people instead of 2 people if they witnessed something. We trust our readers, and our readers trust us, because it's a two-way street. The old media wanted you to trust them, but they didn't want to have to trust you. They didn't want you to be empowered to do your own reporting, and if you did your own reporting, it only had to be stuff you sent to them that they verified. That's not how we roll. We're a people-powered free press. People powered by people writing with us, participating on our pages and our website, calling and texting, all the things they do. And by encouraging businesses to support us, we have readers that actually tell businesses, you should support those guys. There's all kinds of ways that we're people powered. That's who and what we are.